I'm 29 and grew up in a strict Christian family. With that came gender roles that were ingrained in me at a young age. My granddad wasn't like the rest of my family and hated that my parents taught us this way. And as I got older, I did too. I became very close with my grandparents instead of my own parents. I've got an older brother my parents labeled the second king of the house. My grandparents had this beautiful home, no neighbors, tons of trees, a garden. They spent years paying it off. It meant the world to them. My granddad had major back problems and a condition that kept getting worse. After my grandma passed, he really started to decline and eventually needed in-home care. He didn't want someone he didn't know living in his house, just flat out refused. I think it had something to do with my grandmother dying. The whole place still felt like hers in a way. My parents weren't exactly sympathetic. They called it karma, said he was finally getting what he deserved. They made it clear they weren't going to help and were already talking about dumping him in some facility. So I moved in. Honestly, it made things simpler. I could still do my job remotely, and at least he'd have someone familiar around. No need for awkward introductions or rotating nurses who'd mispronounce his name. And you know what? For a while, the place felt like it used to. Like she was still around somehow. We laughed more than I thought we would. Talked about her a lot. Cooked the meals she used to make. It wasn't perfect, but it felt warm again. Then things got worse. He started slipping fast, and through all of that, not one message, no check-ins, not from my mom, not from my dad, not even my brother. One time, we were messing around and he goes, maybe I should just give you Missy, the house's name, LOL, instead of your dad. He's just gonna give it to your brother anyway. He laughed right after, so I figured it was just a joke. Then everything went to hell. I was the one who found him. I had to make the call, handle all of it. And even though things were strained with my parents, I couldn't let them find out from someone random. They still had to hear it from me. The funeral was the first time in years we truly connected. Hugging, crying, all of us vulnerable. Then came the will. Now, it wasn't some telenovela with all the dramatics, but it was intense. The house that was supposed to be my dad's became mine, as well as many other things that my dad planned on giving to my brother. I was accused of manipulating my granddad into giving it to me, and my brother was just yelling. A week after, my brother came to the house in tears. He was begging me to give him the house since his was too small for his wife and baby. He argued that since it's just me and my husband and we don't want kids, I don't need the house. I told him to leave and felt horrible. I feel like an asshole, and so does my family. He's right, I don't need the house. My job pays well, and I could easily live somewhere else.